Like most food causes some kind of diseases. So we need food to we need nutrition education to choose the kind of food we eat. In addition, based on research, based on research, diseases, most of the diseases are gotten from food. So that is why we need nutrition education. It is a very important education that we need to acquire. Thank you.
All right, thank you, GGSS, for your first presentation. Now, we are going to the Kriste for their presentation, negating the team, negating the GGSS arguments.
Right?
Yes, please go ahead.
Consciously listening to my opponent, glorifying the motion that nutrition education should be made a core subject. Emphasis, I repeat again, emphasis. So let's not get this twisted. Against this backdrop, I beg to defer. Good day, eloquent moderator, impartial panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, and the audience. My name is Richard Michael, and I am a student of Christy Lego International. Nutrition education is the part of learning that deals with food science, kitchen management, dietary and culinary appreciation. This would be good in our curriculum, but the bone of contention is if it should be a core subject, and my opinion is logically against that motion. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to buttress my stand and facts with the following points. Firstly, waste of resources. A careful study of Nigeria showed me that time and money is invested in the curriculum. To me, bringing a culturally innate and home training knowledge back to the classroom is a big waste of fun and time. Do you teach a fish how to swim? I mean, but it's ridiculous, right? Now here's the breakdown. You call nutrition education is a traditional
We are not here anymore. So let's wait a little bit if you can get them back to continue with their presentation.
because core means compulsory, and if nutrition education is compulsory, it then means it's going to be written like maths and English. For example, like biology. Believe me when I say this case is being taken to be dead on arrival. But the other thing is going to be as those who are already struggling with other subjects. Furthermore, making nutrition education the core subject is the attention of millions of different prestigious courses like medicine, law, engineering, banking, and finance. But when you make a national knowledge core subject, you're then giving it to millions. It's like a cat, a lion. That is that you want to go for the easy right and abandon that. Don't forget, you don't have to pay one set. You don't why would they say this issue about the mineral or antelopes in the forest? What is it? How do you explain to me that in the 21st century of the economy, information and technology, not forgetting artificial intelligence, we are all talking about making artificial intelligence before the have we made robotics code? What about coding? I guess my parents are starting like arsenal of information education, but still being told that distance education can't be a concept because it's a vocational skill that can be learned anywhere. I just want to ask about believing that arguments against the classroom. And against this background, I believe that my points are being are convincing enough to tell everyone that physical education should never, and I should never be a concept of. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. Um, Now we are going to take the second argument from the GSS. All right. To present the second argument. Please go ahead.
Okay. Can I start? Can I start?
Yes, please start. Start.
Please go ahead.
In alignment with what in alignment with what the first speaker has just said, some of the importance why students should study nutrition education in schools are enhance academic performance and combine development of students. If students don't study nutrition education, they won't be able to perform well in school because they take the wrong food they are supposed to take. Combating Nigerians' double burden of malnutrition. In Nigeria today, many children and even adults suffer malnutrition because of the food they take. And if students going to study nutrition education, they'll be enlightened to know what they take in their body to reduce the malnutrition. Also, promoting local food structure and economic development. People spend much money on food, but some people spend money on wrong food. If if the if the students are enlightened and when they get home, they enlighten their parents too on what they take, they will it will reduce the spending of wrong food in food economic system because most in the world today people suffer from dreadful illnesses which is mostly caused by food. In in conclusion to what I said, making food education nutrition education a core subject in secondary schools. Making sorry is not a luxury, it is a necessity for Nigeria future. It is a proactive preventive measures that addresses critical health challenges, unlocks academic potential and builds a more productive and prosperous nation. We must move beyond viewing nutrition as an optional topic and embed it into the fabric of our children's education. The health and potentials of our next generation depends on it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Because we are highly mindful with the time, we'll not take any break. We'll go straight to the Crystal, Crystal to take their next argument. That is to summarize and emphasize the strength of their team arguments. So, Crystal, please go ahead. Summarize your argument and tell us the strength of your argument. Thank you.
Sitting and hearing my opponent saying nutrition education should be a core subject in secondary school got me baffled, startled, and dumbfounded. Against this backdrop, I want to defy, refute, and debunk this erroneous assertion. But before I do that, let me prove I've not lost my manners. Good day, Mr. Moderator, your dedicated panel of competent and impartial judges, most reliable and accurate timekeeper, competitive co-debaters, and my wonderful audience. My name is Ata Victory, a proud student of Crystal College International. Mr. Moderator, permit me to start opposing the motion with the following points. Inefficiency of knowledge facilitators. By knowledge facilitators, I mean teachers. The person said the problem is not giving a monkey a cup, but receiving the cup back. It is easy to say let's make junior education a core subject to secondary school, but the challenge is simple. Do we have enough power with the right qualification for such a sensitive subject? Again, before we say let's make it a core subject, have we considered the cost of purchasing the equipment needed for efficient delivery? I strongly believe that teachers of nutrition education will not cook with firewood, but will also have expensive giant cooking gases, microwave machines, ovens, blenders, mixers, and other heavy duty equipment. My opponent, I hope you have put all this into consideration before advocating and rooting for this motion, because you can't teach theory and ignore the practical exercises, except you want to poison those you want to feed. Now, you tell me, how private schools, let alone foreign financed government schools, can afford to buy the equipment needed for efficient delivery? Now you can see why teacher education should not be made a core subject. Furthermore, it will be up to state authorities for such when AI, also known as artificial intelligence and technology, is available via the social media to impact the practical knowledge of cooking always. If we say the world is a global village, that means learning is being brought to our bedrooms without necessarily going through the formal setting. How many food vendors today study nutrition education as a course subject in secondary schools? Chima David Adeleke, the wife of the famous Nigerian musician Davido, if she offered nutrition education as a course subject in secondary school, what about Hilda Gabasi, who holds the World Guinness Book Record Award for the longest cooking session? My point is simple. We don't need to make nutrition education a course subject in secondary school, but with the internet, cooking nutritional diet is made easy. I keep on wondering by thinking of making nutritional diet a course subject in secondary school when we have home management and home economics. For me, it will be a proliferation and a fruitless effort. Analytically and logically, I have intellectually done justice, leaving you judges with the sagacity of making my opinion count. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, my fellow students, at this juncture, I rest my case, believing I have established facts why nutrition education should not and never be a course subject in secondary school. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. It's really getting interesting. We can see the energy, the vibrance. We sincerely appreciate everyone for your efforts. Still, we are rolling. Let's see who will be the winner. But everyone is a winner. But we have to, identify the first single person that will emerge as the winner. That's the nature of the debates. So let's, without taking much time, let me go back to GGSS to say their final purpose, explaining why their team should win. So GGSS, let's hear your final purpose and tell us why your team should win this debate. Over. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Some other things like food and nutrition education. In summary of what I've said so far, if nutrition education is made a core subject of schools, it will enlighten students to take their knowledge home to their students. The core argument for making nutrition education a mandatory subject in secondary schools is that it practical life skills necessary for individuals and not national well-being of all citizens. Poor dietary habits and a lack of nutritional knowledge are major contributions to widespread health problems, both locally and globally. But integrating nutrition education into curriculum in schools, both private and government, and equip students with the knowledge and practical skills needed to combat malnutrition and wrong spending of money on wrong food. And it also improve academic performance because if a student is suffering from malnutrition, the brain will not be able to access and absorb knowledge from the teachers in class. And also,
Please conclude. Time up.
and
Conclude.
also for them to be able to keep balanced diet.
Thank you so much. Thank you, DGSS, for this wonderful presentation. Now, we are moving to the final. So let me go back to Krista for your summary, focused discussion, and tell us why your team should win this debate. Thank you.
Obviously, we have had the best of an intellectual debate, and with no doubt, our horizon and perception of this debate is enlarged with logic, facts, and rhetorics. But still on the existing protocol, I'll be saying that I'm saying again that nutrition education is a vocational skill. Like one of my opponents here said that we need nutrition education to know the type of food we eat. Now, when I was explaining the first time when I spoke, I said that how do you explain to me in the 21st century of blue economy, information and technology, and not forgetting artificial intelligence? Now, with artificial intelligence, we can get recipes, suggestions, and procedures in making many types of meals, even meals that we did not even know existed. We could use artificial intelligence in getting that. And again, there are many other places. With teachers, if you bring a teacher to teach nutrition education, the teacher wouldn't teach it as deep as AI would show you. So it would be a waste of time for the teacher come and teach what we are free to go online and search anywhere how to make a food, and they will give you the procedures, the recipe, and other ways you can make it, and other ways you can make the meals. So with this point of mine, I hope I'll be able to tell you again that nutrition education should never be a core subject.
Thank you everyone for your wonderful performance. Now we'll go back to our judges for the result. Before then, let us little break. Then the judges will tell us the result. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to Port Harcourt, the largest capital city in the Rivers State, and it is the 5th most populous city in Nigeria after Lagos, Kano, Ibadan, and Benin. It lies along the Bonny rivers and is located in the oil rich, which is Niger Delta region. The 55th Scientific Conference and Annual General Meeting Port Harcourt 2025. Get ready to explore Port Harcourt, a capital city of southern Nigeria, known for its history, culture, agriculture, among others. Port Harcourt is unique in culture and market, land of traditions and modernity. We are thrilled to announce the upcoming Nutrition Society of Nigeria NSN 2025, which will take place on Sunday 14th to Friday 19th September 2025 at Asian City of Port Harcourt. This year's theme is Advancing Maternal, Infant and Young Child Nutrition, which is popularly known as MySin in Nigeria.
Baba.
Now is the time to announce the winner of this session. All right. Permit me to call that Chioma to tell us the score for this session. Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I must congratulate all the students. In fact, personally, I'm also learning a lot from your arguments. It also goes to show that we've done some very great underground work. I will say that everybody is a winner. All of you did very well. All of you did very well. And it shows that you gave a thought to, the topic. Like we said earlier, we rated you on a number of criteria, about 5 key criteria. We looked at your organization and clarity. We looked at your use of argument. We looked at your use of cross-examination and rebuttal. We looked at your presentation style and your grooming, general grooming. So the 3 judges gave their scores. And at the end of the day, we collated all the scores of the judges and came up with an average. So it's not just a single judge's score. So we have here the GGSS Rumueme. They have a total of 14 points. GGSS Rumueme, a total of 14 points, average of 14 points. Please, can we clap for them? Let's clap for them. Well done, well done. Congratulations, GGSS. The Crystal Ecole International School, after collecting all the points from the judges and getting the average, they had a total average score of 16.33. 16.33. Congratulations. Congratulations. So over to you, Awal, the coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining us at this moment. But before we round up, I would like to call Prop to give us a closing remark. Then we'll close the program for today. Prop, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. It has been an interesting session. I listened carefully, and as a professor of nutrition, you people almost got me confused. When you are talking about the issue of getting our information from AI, that we don't need to put the curriculum, and we don't need to have nutrition education in our curriculum. But I want to inform you that nutrition is very much important. Nutrition knowledge will help us a lot to determine what kind of food we eat, where we eat it, how do we combine it. The kind of information we can get from AI may not be enough, and also not everybody, especially in the rural area, has the opportunity of getting information from AI because they may not have this our Android phone. All the schools that participated have really tried. We can see the grooming of the school there. No one is a loser, and all of us have contributed well. I congratulate all of you that partook in the debates, and I want you to keep it up. But then, as a nutritionist, I want to encourage you. Good knowledge of nutrition will help you to desist or run away from all those unhealthy foods that can lead to problem in the future. So having good nutrition education, either through the AI or through the school curriculum, is very much important for us to remain healthy. And as you grow up in your line of activities and education, please prioritize the issue of nutrition, because we have a slogan that says, you are what you eat. Therefore, eat well and remain healthy. On this note, I thank all the organizers for making this workout, all our panel of judges, the chairman of the inter-school debates, and everyone, including our moderator, the timekeeper, everyone. Thank you very much for your time. By continuing this kind of activity, the future of our youth will be very bright, and the future of the nation will be bright. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much, Professor, for your precious words at this level. We sincerely appreciate you for your time, dedication, sacrifice, as well for joining us at this moment. We truly appreciate that, sir. All right, so at this moment, I would like to close the session for today. Until we meet tomorrow, the other school will meet and compete for the next round. But before then, let me say goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a nice evening.
Are all the schools coming tomorrow?
No, I think we'll drop the message in the WhatsApp group that the school that will join us tomorrow.
All right, no problem.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Have a nice afternoon.
Bye. Bye, sir. Bye, ma.
Bye.